Hello everybody, let us see the preliminaries on power system operation and control. In this power system operation, we have to see overview of power system control. It has speed regulation of the governor, controls the boiler pressure, temperature. Next, speed regulation concerned with steam input to turbine. Governor senses the speed and gives command signal over there. Governor control can have to used control the speed of a prime mover. A governor protects the prime mover from overspeed and keeps the prime mover speed at or near the desired revolution per minute. When a prime mover drive an alternator supplying electrical power at a given frequency. Power system can have generator unit, transformer unit, converter unit, transmission inverter unit, consumer point. This combination of all the units is called the overall power system units. Next we go through the system load variations. In this load variations can segregate two broad categories. One is system broad categories that is domestic, commercial, industrial, agriculture and others. Domestic system load categories are lights and fans. Then domestic appliances like heaters, refrigerator, air conditioner, mixer, oven, small motors. These motor categories can develop and follow the demand factor, diversity factor, load factor. So domestic demand factor, the duration of 0.7 to 1.0, diversity factor 1.2 to 1.3, load factor is 0.1 to 0.15. Commercial factors or lighting of shops, advertising, hot, fan, AC, etc. The commercial demand factors or diversity factor, load factor was mentioned here. Then industrial, small scale industries having 0 to 20 kilowatt and medium scale industries having the power of 20 to 100 kilowatt, large scale industries above 100 kilowatt. So industrial loads need power over a longer period which remains fairly uniform throughout the day. For heavy industries, demand factor is here, load factor is here. Then agriculture, we most preferable power demand is agricultural. So the agricultural supplying water for irrigation using pumps driven by motors. That demand factor is 0.9 to 1. Diversity factor is 1 to 1.5. Load factor is 0.15 to 0.25. These all are power demand, diversity, load factors are mentioned with respect of that power system. Other loads having bulk supplies, street lights, traction, government loads which have their own particular characteristics. Then we have to move on system load characteristics. It has connected load, maximum demand, average load, load factor, diversity factor, plant capacity factor, plant use factor. The plant capacity factor is actual energy produced to the maximum possible energy that could have been produced during a given period. Plant use factor is the ratio of kilowatts generated to the product of plant capacity and the number of hours for which the plant was in operation. So the plant use factor always having a station output in kilowatts per plant capacity into hours use. When the elements of a load curve are arranged in the order of descending magnitudes. So economic of generation, the economic generation load curves drawn between the variation of load and the power station with reference to time is known as load curve. There are three types: daily load curve, monthly load curve, yearly load curve. The types of load curves are noted down. Daily load curve, load variation during the whole day. Monthly load curve in the sense load curve obtained from the daily load curve. Yearly load curve obtained from the monthly load curve. Next we have to see daily load curve. The curve drawn between the variations of load with reference to various time period of day is known as daily load curve. Monthly load curve it is obtained from daily load curve. Average value of the power at a month for a different time periods are calculated and plotted in the graph which is known as monthly load curve. Yearly load curve is obtained from monthly load curve which is used to find the annual load factor. This is based load, peak loads. Base load is unvarying load which occurs almost the whole day on the station. Peak load is the various peak demands so load of the station. This is daily load curve graphical representation. Next, load duration curve. When the elements of load curve are arranged in the order of descending magnitude. The load duration curve give the data in a more presentable form. The area under the load duration curve is equal to that of the corresponding load curves. The load duration curve can be extended to include any period of time. Important terminologies: connected load, maximum load, demand factor. Demand factor is maximum demand by connected load. Average demand is the average of load occurring on the power station in a given period, that is day or month or year, is known as average demand. Daily average demand is equal to number of units generated per day per 24 hours. Monthly average demand is equal to number of units generated in month per number of hours in a month. Yearly average demand is equal to number of units generated in a year per number of hours in a year. Load factor is nothing but the ratio of average load to the maximum demand during a given period is known as load factor. Load factor equal to average load by maximum demand. Diversity factor is the ratio of the sum of individual maximum demand and power station is known as diversity factor. It shows some individual maximum demand and maximum demand. Capacity factor is the ratio of actual energy produced to the maximum possible energy that could have been produced during a given period. Next, capacity factor. Capacity factor actual energy produced by maximum energy that have been produced. Now we have to discuss plant use factor. It is the ratio of units generated to the product of plant capacity and the number of hours for the plant was in operation. Units generated per annum is average load multiplied by hours in a year.